Is dating now a hunger alleviation scheme for the modern woman? This is quite ironical because the modern woman swears to be independent. So why are these videos saying otherwise? Anyways, let's dive right into what these men had to deal with on a first date with a modern woman. Keyword is first date.
Ladies, I'm going to tell you about a friend that went out with a single mom of 3 the other night and how this backfired on him. So let's call him X. His name is X. X goes out with the single mom. He's very excited. What does he do? He brings her flowers against what I recommended him to do.
But wait, why though? Why shouldn't flowers be brought on a first date? If you know, drop it in the comments for me.
He went against my suggestion and he brings her this big bouquet of flowers. He's so excited. I said, okay, but So he does that. They go out for a nice dinner. He asks her out. He takes her for a nice dinner. He was having an amazing time. Amazing time. It was going great, going just the way he thought it would. And everything's great. And the meals come on time. And she's looking at him and looking at him. They're getting along. They're building connection. And then the check comes. He pays for the check as he should. As he should, y'all. And as the check comes, she asks him, wait, do you mind if we get my kids' food as well? They need some when I come back home. So he says, okay. He agrees. He agrees. And not only does she say, he's expecting, maybe some chicken tenders, something like that. But no. This was a nice place. So he was already daddying for the evening. What does she do? She gets 2 big chicken linguine dishes to bring home for her 3. 2. So he, in the back of his head, he said, wow, I can't believe this is happening. So the dishes come. He gets to a point, leaves her for the evening. Now he comes to me saying, what should I do? Ladies, let's see if you're going to give some good, accurate information here. Let's see if you had a son, brother, or anybody else you'd give good information to. What should he do, ladies?
I don't know, but it's 2 things that are coming to my mind. One, she seems like she didn't really fancy the guy that she saw on the first date for reasons best known to her. So she might just have felt, okay, I just wasted my time coming. So in order not to miss out on both sides, she decided to compensate herself by asking him to buy stuff for her kids just to pull him away. That's one. I don't think that any lady that likes a guy would choose to embarrass herself like that. Like, bringing up your kids on a first date. I don't think so. Then 2, she's looking for a father for her kids, obviously, and she just wanted to test if this said guy is capable. What should the guy have done? So if I were to advise my son, obviously I'm going to tell him, don't start what you cannot finish. Yes, obviously he did great buying stuff for the kids because she asked. Yes, he did some charity over there and that's okay. But let that just be the last time he's gonna hear from her. I don't really need to emphasize on that. Let's take a look at some of the comments as usual. I can't wait to see them. This lady says, wow, single mom here and I would never. Kids are eating dino nuggets at home or eating at their dad's. Date is for mama and mama only. Obviously, no real mother is going to eat out without making sure her kids are fed first, single or not. So run, she's a red flag. Single mom here and absolutely not. Either my kids are with their dad that night or I fed them before I left. He needs to run. It's very obvious, very glaring. He doesn't even need to be told what to do. Yes, he did the right thing, but then I would have asked her, where do you want to stop? McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's? For real, like, you're not gonna put those bills on me. I'm not gonna be fathering nobody on the first date. It's not possible. These are people that are bold enough to do that, to say that to the single moms on the first date. Anyways, let's look at the next video.
You know it's bad when the highlight of the date was the waiter warning you that the bread costs extra. Y'all been asking for bad date stories from a guy's perspective, so I'm gonna make a series. Okay, so I matched with this girl on Hinge. Gorgeous. Like, I spent an extra 10 minutes shaving my neck, kind of gorgeous. We made plans for dinner at this restaurant that she picked, which now I realize was my first mistake. Never trust someone who says, I'm not like other girls and means it in a threatening way. Okay, so I get there early because I respect punctuality and I needed a minute to mentally prepare. She walks in, she's even hotter in person, but the vibe is immediately off. She says hi, sits down, and before I can even finish saying, How was your day? She goes, So just to be clear, I'm not looking for anything serious unless you're a Libra with a therapist and a passport. I laughed and tried to match her energy and said, I'm a Capricorn with a passport and
I'm sorry, but she already cancelled him out at that instant. I'm very sure. You see, people that are so obsessed with zodiac signs, you just can't. You can't be a good match for them because of their superstitious belief that only a particular sign can be compatible with another. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
trauma that I've given cute nicknames to. That counts, right? She blank stared me and immediately looked away. We order drinks. She gets a $28 cocktail that comes in a cloud of smoke like it's auditioning for Coachella. I couldn't recognize anything on the menu, so I asked the waiter for suggestions. That's when he told me the whole restaurant was plant based. No hate, no shade, but like, I was hungry. I asked the waiter for water and bread. The waiter says, We charge for water and the bread basket is $9. Before I can say anything, she goes, He'll get it, and we'll have one of everything on the menu. Ma'am, I just met you. The bread comes, 3 little slices, and a spoonful of olive oil. Only thing I'm actually looking forward to, she takes all the bread. All of it. I'm sitting there breadless like a peasant in a romance novel. Then she tells me she's in between jobs, which apparently means she's a full-time astrology content creator. She pulls out her phone and says, Wait, let me run your birth chart. Do you know your birth time? I said, around 2 p.m. She looks at me like I just told her I run a dogfighting ring. You don't know your exact birth time? Honestly, I barely know my blood type. Then, I swear to God, she says, Your Mars is in Cancer. That explains why your masculine energy feels so emotionally unstable. What do you even say to that? Like, I'm sorry for the planets? I don't know. The bill comes, I reach for it because I'm still trying to be a gentleman despite being like spiritually assaulted. She looks at the total, raises her eyebrows and goes, Wow, that's what I get for ordering a second drink. Yes, it is. I pay. She doesn't say thank you. She hugs me like I'm her cousin at a funeral and says, Let's definitely hang out again once Mercury's out of retrograde. Anyways, I blocked her. I went home and I ordered a real bread basket from Olive Garden. And if I remember correctly, she Venmo requested me for her parking.
It's just a lot of weird and scary and hungry people that are existing in today's world. Let's see the comments. I strongly believe dating apps match genuine people with the most incompatible nut jobs to keep you coming back to the app. I'm very curious, like, how do you guys match on dating apps? I've never used that before, so I don't know. If you know, drop it in the comments. You got played for a meal. Personally, I would snuck out after the bread was gone. Honestly, he was very patient. He was very patient. Do you not have conversations with people before you go out on a date with them? I'm curious also. I would think this energy could have been detected by a phone call. Yeah, I think so too. The second she ordered a $28 cocktail, I'd walk out laughing my ass out. I see what's happening here already. Women get assaulted on dates. Men get spiritually assaulted on dates. After listening to this, I'm not sure which one is worse. I'm not sure too. Like, come on. Obviously, the former is worse. Bro, how otherworldly gorgeous was she for you to ignore so many red flags? I would have left immediately. That's why I call him very patient. He was actually very patient with that, because the moment you're telling me about zodiac signs and how you are a staunch believer in those, and without giving any other person a chance, come on, I'm walking out on you ASAP. Dating used to be so easy. There was no overperformance or complacency. Like, it used to be so real, feel so natural 10 years ago. And if you ask me, it was way better then. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on this one as usual in the comment section. I've said enough, I've watched enough, I've heard enough. I don't know what else to say, but let me know your thoughts as usual. Okay, that brings me to the end of my video. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end of this video. Please do well to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I'll see you all in another one. Okay, bye.